Welcome back, nerds, to another episode of Between Nerds. This is our second February episode?
This is our second February episode. This is episode 30.
Hell yeah. On today's matchup, we have the Power of Friendship and the Big Sad. Who'd you got?
The Power of Friendship and the Big Sad?
And the Big Sad.
I think the Big Sad's always going to win if I had my money on it.
God damn it. Other animes have shown us otherwise. But yes, today we are talking of Silent Voice.
Yeah, we are talking about A Silent Voice, the 2016 anime film by Kyoto Animation. But at the forefront of this episode, we do want to go over our plugs. So please use hashtag #ImmigrantNerds to be entered into our February podcast. For every Instagram post or original tweet using the hashtag #ImmigrantNerds, you will be entered into the giveaway. And for every like and retweet on posts or tweets that feature hashtag #ImmigrantNerds, we will be giving to Las Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center. And so, you know, we're giving like $40 worth of stuff to the El Paso Fire Department.
Yes, sir.
After last month's hashtag EP Fire Nerds. So
we were thinking like a game of like cornhole, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, so they can, you know, they have some fun over there in the station or something. So that's gonna be cool. We're also trying out video. So right now we are currently recording. So we still need to work out like the video editing stuff, but that's gonna hopefully drop soon.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like super great quality, but we're just trying to like just branch out everywhere. Eventually, you know, we weren't that good at podcasting initially either. Mm-hmm. So you just try it out, you get the feel for it, and then you get a little better every week. I think that's our philosophy. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the people that followed us on TikTok this past week. I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I think it was kind of easier for me to go over the promotions because it's really hard in writing, like on Twitter.
Correct.
Or on Instagram, even to get off exactly like how our giveaway system works. Mm-hmm. So that was cool, even though I was talking pretty fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You have to fit it in a minute. So
no, that's what I was telling you in VNA. I must have recorded the first one like 6 times, but I was trying to go at a normal pace, like a normal speaking pace, like I'm going right now, and it would just cut off. Like.
Yeah, but very very cool post. We're putting some of our audio clips there. I guess we got some really good interactions there too. Please email us. I know TikTok. I know you're not scared of fucking reaching out. So people on TikTok, reach us out to our email at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. Yeah. I just want to hear about what people think. Yeah,
we basically go over all of our messages on all the platforms. So not only should you email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com, but on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Between Nerds, like, we open all of those messages. So,
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Just, your voice cannot be heard in our platform. Mm-hmm. And we've purposely made that part of our system. So, without further ado, I do want to go over A Silent Voice. Mm-hmm. Excellent movie. On my anime list, it's like one of the top 10 listings ever. Mm-hmm.
Right before we go into that, I want to mention at the beginning and probably at the end again. My girls. By the way, thank you everybody that showed up to my baby shower. But my girl's uncle recently got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer.
What's his name?
His name is Capi Sosa. Uh-huh. So we're currently there's currently a GoFundMe to pay for his therapy, for his chemo. I think he's already done 4 sessions of chemo now. But we'll be sharing that. We'll be sharing that on our platforms, and hopefully you guys can donate something. That'll be very fucking awesome. You know?
Yeah, man.
Like we're not asking you for likes or retweets. We're actually asking you for a contribution, which is, you know, it's something. I mean, you don't really go asking for a contribution, but it would help a lot.
It's a big deal. And I feel for VNA and her family, you know what I mean? Like, that's, I don't know.
Yeah. She has 4 daughters. He has 4 daughters. It's crazy. 6 daughters, I think.
Help him out, man. Like, give anything you can. Like, even if it's just $1. If we get 10,000 people to give $1, that's
$10,000.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So...
But yeah, let's talk about Silent Voice, man. Holy shit.
I just went from sad to more sad. Holy fuck.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, the please donate to VNA's uncle. That thing got me hella sad. And now we gotta talk about this sad-ass fucking movie. Mm-hmm. It broke my damn heart. I was watching it with Karen, just on the couch, and 30 minutes into the movie, I started crying.
Yeah.
Like...
Yesterday we were talking to Emerson. And I feel like we were doing what we're trying to do with the podcast. We kind of, hopefully he does watch it.
Emerson who?
Emerson Armendariz.
He's our friend. He's our mutual.
Yeah, he's our mutual friend. But he doesn't really dig into, like, the whole anime thing.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that, like, we've gotten to the point that people we know will come to us about anime. Because, like, our other mutual friend, Rick, I was playing Apex with him the other day, and he started talking about anime with me. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo, I'm not about that. This is that. Why are you telling me if you don't like it? You want me to convince you otherwise. Mm-hmm. And Emerson was kind of doing the same yesterday. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to like, it was like him being coy that he wanted to learn more about anime, but like trying to act like,
I don't like anime.
Yeah, I don't watch those cartoons, but like, talk to me about it. Like,
yeah.
And
we did talk about him about this movie, A Silent Voice, which, man, it's just hard, man.
Kids suck,
and I'm having a kid, and I hope my kid doesn't suck like that, because he'll be in a world of pain.
Would you beat your kid if he turned out to be a bully?
I would not beat my kid. I would thrash him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, okay, hold on. Okay, what is A Silent Voice?
A Silent Voice, it's a mashup between The Power of Friendship and The Big Sad. Yeah. It is, I don't know, man. I like you said, the first 30 minutes is just this poor deaf girl getting bullied in school. Yeah. And it's just, it's not even sad like, oh, you're feeling, like, you feel sadness through a death or through, it's like, you feel sad about people being mean to other people.
You feel sad about, like, the nature of, like humanity or children, you know what I mean? Because they're like elementary school kids, and they're literally like beating the shit out of this deaf girl. Like, they made her bleed. They're destroying thousands of dollars worth of hearing aid. Mm-hmm. They're saying really fucked up things behind her back, and she's just the whole time just super nice, just like just.
All right, let's go over the characters.
Okay, you want to go over the characters?
Yes.
So, there are two shows introduced in the beginning. There's Mr. Shoyo Ishida and his like elementary school female best friend Shoko. Mm-hmm. No, Shoko's the deaf girl.
Shoko's the deaf girl.
Right. So both their characters are named Sho, and the issue with Shoya, he's probably our MC, is that like, I don't know, he wanted to appear cool to like his group of friends.
Yeah, it was like. It's this girl, not only is she deaf and different, you know, quote unquote, to this class, to this new class of little kids. When they introduce her, like the teacher's like, hey guys, we have a new student here. This is Shoko. What is it? Shoko Nishimiya. And well, when you think she's gonna introduce herself, she pulls out a notebook and she's like, "Hey guys, my name is blah blah blah. This is, if you want to communicate with me, please use this notebook. I am deaf. Blah blah blah."
Yeah, and like all she wanted was to make friends.
Mm-hmm. So because she's like the different kid in the class, and her name is also like Sho, because they nickname the kid Sho, which is one of the main bullies. Yeah. And they're like, oh, look, there's two shows. So he kind of gets mad over the fact. Yeah.
It's just really weird. And but then he started getting a certain reaction from his friends after bullying her, and he liked that attention almost. Mm-hmm. Like, because
it was a try hard.
And like, it's obviously a taboo to be like bullying
anybody,
but like, especially somebody like, okay, if I were a kid and I tried to bully the biggest kid in class, like, he's gonna kick my ass. You know, that's not bullying. That's funny almost. Yeah. You can't be bullying somebody beneath you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a mean way of putting it. You can't be bullying somebody disabled. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that, and she has a hearing disability. Like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah, and like between friends, like amongst us, like there's a difference between busting chops, you know? Yeah. Like busting balls, but. And there's also, you know, a difference, like, yo, bro, it's like, don't fucking be a bully, don't be mean. Yeah. And this kid just didn't go like that. Like, he continuously, like, yelled at her, because he's, the guy. Shoya sits behind, Shoko. and he always like messes with her, pulls her hair. He even like screams like in the back of her ear. And
once she gets the hearing aids,
and it's because she gets hearing aids, and that's when she does that.
Her ear.
But the thing is that like the bullying like gets progressively worse and worse and worse, and it's just like when she gets her hearing aids, he rips them out of her ear and makes her bleed or something.
Yeah,
it's fucking wild.
That wasn't how it. Well, the first time they did that, they went through like 8 pairs of hearing aids because one of the other people that was bullying Naoka was the first one to realize that Shoko had hearing aids. So she like pulled them out, and Shoya was by the window. Naoko like tosses the hearing aids to him, and he just tosses them out the window.
Out the window, yeah. And I think that's our first pair of hearing aids, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy because you see like this little montage of like her hearing aids getting either tossed in the fountain, like stepped on, played around in the class and stuff like that.
And that's what we were talking about it being sad, because like she doesn't try to defend herself at all. Like she just wants friends. Like these people will literally be like pushing her on the ground, and she was like, me and you should be friends. And she'll just keep signing that, and the kids will be like, no, you're weird, get away from me.
Yeah, great time to have video, because sometimes we can't really put into just audio of what is going on. But yeah, her being a deaf kid, while she's going through all this little bullying, she's trying to tell Shoya, she's doing literally this, you and me should be friends, but he doesn't understand. And the fact that the movie is called The Silent Voice because she can't fucking express herself, bro.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
It is fucking ridiculous,
I'm gonna fucking cry. I need you to stop. But like, yeah, so...
And the teacher's paying attention to all of this.
Yeah. And he's just letting it happen, kind of. Like, it's one of those... like, we've all had those teachers that, like, they're overworked, underpaid, don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? They let anything happen. Just don't make their workday harder. And that's kind of how he was. Like, fuck, I had his name. Mr. Takeuchi Sensei. And so... he's letting this girl be bullied, you know what I mean? He knows that Shoya is an asshole. He knows that multiple people are in on it, and he's purposely ignoring it until one day, like...
The principal comes in?
Yeah, the principal comes in, and he's like, yo, Shoko's mom called the school, and, like, thousands of dollars of hearing aids have either gone missing or are damaged. What the fuck, guys?
Like, come on, guys. It's like, she's tired of it. She can't do it anymore. She cannot, like... she cannot be wasting this money. She has, like, a house to take care of, So, Shoya's mom, right? Shoya's mom realizes that, no, because in the classroom, when the principal comes in, it's like, you guys need to come forward and stop, like, who's doing this?
Oh, yeah.
And... the teacher just is like, we know who it was, because everybody stays quiet. And like, we know who it was. It was you, Shoya. It's like, you always take it too far, blah, 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 this and that. And him, because he bullied her, well, it's all the wrong reasons, but he almost was getting, he liked the attention of it. Yeah. So he's like, no, that wasn't me. That wasn't just me. So he starts pointing fingers.
It was Naoka. It was Miki who laughed at all the jokes, and some dude named Kazuki. But it turns into like all the like sub actors all getting up against him. So that's where you see like Kazuki and Naoka being like, no, dude, I never touched the girl. Like, that's all you.
You were the one that punched her, or like that messed with her, that pushed her, that... took it too far all the time.
Yeah.
So because of that, and we do a little bit of a time skip.
No. Hold on.
Oh, okay. The mom. That's right.
So yeah, we get another scene. I'm not sure the order that it happened in the movie, but how I remember it happening is, so Shoya gets embarrassed at school. He gets in trouble, and then his supposed friends like push him into the lake and like put his paperwork and his binders in like this super gross like mold filled lake in front of the school, and then he's got to walk home all soaking wet, and then his mom like just gets off the phone with the principal like as he walks in the door, and she's like, Shoya, what the fuck? And then we get like there's no the upcoming scene doesn't have any dialogue audio, but it's just like a piano playing in the background, and it's Shoya in his head and he's watching his mom go to the bank, pull out a bunch of bills.
A lot of bills.
Like, they don't show the number figure, but it's like a stack of bills. You know what I mean? So then they meet up with Shoko's mom, and the Japanese like honor system is like bowing is almost not frowned upon, but it's like paying respects while giving yourself shame because you're putting your head down.
Yes, and it's like, I'm sorry, like the fact that she has to say sorry and have to be there, like, that has never have to happen.
Oh, God. Like, imagine, like, how much that must hurt at a mom. Like, I'm sorry my son's, like, a little fucking shit. Like,
exactly, bro. And it's so sad because he, like, we know that we're inside Shoya's head, but this happened. She's there with a mom. The mom almost looks so tired. Shoka's mom.
Yeah.
Like, she looks very tired. She looks very, depressed almost too, while taking care of her and her sister. We don't know the sister. It's in the plot yet, but Shoya's mom is just there, like bowing and sorry, is like, please take this.
Her she's at like 90 degrees, like she is bowing down,
and she's just like trying to give her the money. Like, just take it so I can turn around and leave.
Yeah, and it's so shameful, and like that's the gravity of that scene, because the other part of this initial act in the movie that I wanted to bring up, which I'm not sure if it had happened before or after this scene, is Shoya's still fucking with Shoko, and it's after school, and she's like cleaning his desk or something.
Yes.
He walks back into the classroom, she's cleaning his desk, and he's like, yo, why is the freak touching my shit? And like he kind of like starts pushing her and gets like really weirdly aggressive. Like,
yeah, because after that interrogation with the principal in that room, after all the friends turn on each other or turn on Shoya, everybody was bullying him as well.
Yeah.
So he started being shunned out from like every class. Like, oh, he's that kid that fucking like
that picked on the deaf girl.
Yeah, that picked on the deaf girl. And he walks into his classroom early, and Shoka is just, you can just see her do this motion of scrubbing his desk, but you don't really know what she's doing. So yeah, well, like you said, he's like, whoa, what the fuck? And he just like, stop. Like, this is because of you. It's like, I don't have any friends because of you. And it starts getting weirdly aggressive.
Yeah.
And fucking Shoka just can't anymore.
He pushes her down.
Yeah.
And that's when you see like what you're talking about. And she's just like, she's done. Like, she's fed up. She's at her limit. And she just pins him down. Like, she kind of like almost puts like her knees on his arms so like he can't get up, and just starts just fucking just wailing on his face, just like, and it's not even mean, like she's crying, you know, she's crying and just screaming like, I am trying my best.
And yeah,
bro, that's when like,
it's like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my god, I almost started sobbing, bro. And I've seen this before. I must have seen this like 4 times in 2019, like, and the week it got put on Netflix, I must have seen it like 4 times that week.
And she tries to use her voice, like, like obviously she can't sign because she's like going at his head. So he's like, "What's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm doing my best." And dude, it's just, I'm this with my girlfriend, and she's pregnant. Everybody knows that right now. So she was just like, "Stop, leave her alone."
Yeah, and like I feel like me and Karen had this joke that I couldn't cry for some reason all of 2020. Like, for whatever movie, I kept trying to watch like sad anime or like really sad movies, and I just couldn't, like, I was just like, oh, whatever, like, it's, sad things happening, and it wasn't registering. But I feel like this is the first time in forever that I'm watching something, and like I wanted to like choke up a bit. Like, it was like when we watched Your Lie in April, and that one was really emotional, and there's just like that. I think that's one of our best episodes, to be honest, because like between me and you, there was just it was a sob fest.
I think what we were trying to convey to Emerson last night too is that not only because it's just animated Japanese cartoons, it doesn't mean that it's not gonna fucking make you feel something. And I mean, this past month we saw a lot of like dumb fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like something relaxing. And the month before that, I don't think that we've watched something sad, and I like that. Like, I like feeling something, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I like something that makes me, you know, fucking feel something.
Yeah.
So, it's nice to watch it, but again, it's fucking sad. And
it's the stories about kids that always end up being sad. Like, kids with, like, something wrong with them. Because Your Lie in April was about, like, a middle schooler with a neurological disorder. A Silent Voice is about like an elementary schooler and then a high schooler that has like a severe hearing disability.
And then we're gonna watch I Wanna Eat Your Pancreas, which is pancreatic cancer too.
Did you look it up?
Huh? That's exactly what it is.
That's
it's because I started watching it. It's because I started watching it. But V wanted to watch with me, so I paused it.
Still have no idea what it's about. Okay, I'm glad I at least sort of know what it's about now. But yeah. So then
yeah, my bad. We see after that conflict with Shoko and Shoya, we see that there's a montage of him growing up and going to like from middle school, like he started getting to like more like early high school and then later high school, but he's been shunned.
Yeah,
like he's known as a kid that made the deaf girl move.
Yeah, like when he went to middle school, like exactly what you're talking about, like his old classmates would be like, yo, don't hang out with that dude. And it maybe by high school, not everyone knew about that anymore, but like it's so like everyone knows he's just a pariah in society almost. Like you just don't go near him. It's social suicide, as Mean Girls would put it.
And we're like getting into Shoya's like arc or character development.
Yeah.
And we start seeing that, man, he's almost like just butting up shit up, taking care of things.
Well, it's worse.
It's worse.
Because
I'm saying taking care of things before.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. So like we've passed like Act 1, we are now firmly in Act 2, and the beginning of Act 2 is he's trying to go to Shoko's high school to give her a notebook that he had thrown into the pond when they were kids, right? But like in his head, we hear that it's like his duty almost before he's gone, air quotes. So Shoko is like traumatized from the dude, right? So like she sees him in his school uniform, he doesn't go there, she freaks the fuck out and just runs down the hallway and dips. And he like catches up with her, but he tries to be very polite. He gives her like a good amount of distance too. I don't know if you noticed like scaling, but and he tried learning sign
because he knows it's such a shame that he's trying to go talk to her. Like you have no right to be talking to this girl.
No, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like get the fuck off.
Yeah. So that's why he's giving her space, and he tried learning signing. Basically just to do this and give her the notebook.
She took Japanese Sign Language in high school.
Yeah. So he gives her the notebook. She's freaked the fuck out. Like, what the fuck happened? And he dips.
He does the same sign. He's like, I hope me and you can be friends.
Yeah, I just looked up the difference between ASL. It's different. ASL friend is... That's funny. JSL. Okay, cool. But, so then he goes home. No, it's the next morning. He's eating breakfast,
right? Like, cause he had a vision of him doing it, but it was that day that he was gonna do it, right?
Yes.
So we know that he's gonna kill himself. We know that he wants to kill himself at this point.
Yeah.
Cause we see a vision that he's having, that he's standing like on this tall bridge, and he just jumps, and then he just wakes up that morning after seeing Shoko.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and so he's having breakfast with his mom and his niece, right? The niece. His niece?
Yeah.
And Maria. So it's his mom, Maria, and him, and like he gives his mom like an envelope full of money, and the mom like she gets really aggressive. Like she gets really stern with him. She's like, I know you sold all your shit. I know you sold your video games. You were working your part-time job all summer. You sold your futon. So he doesn't have a bed. He's sleeping on the floor upstairs. And so she knows that, like, he felt obligated to give her that money, but he doesn't have anything left. So she's like, I know what you're going to fucking do. I know you're going to kill yourself, and I'm not going to let you do it. I'm going to burn all this money right over this open flame right now, because she's cooking.
And she's just like, promise me you're not going to kill yourself, because this money does not mean shit if you kill yourself.
And I feel like that's what a real parent reaction would... Like, I don't care about those $16,000 you cost me when you were 11.
Fucking asshole,
Yeah, but, like, if I lose my son, that's a bigger deal than
this money. Yeah. And it just gets hard. It gets very dense. Because he's just like, yo, I was about to walk out of here and go kill myself.
Yeah, I got dressed for school just to go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, and And she just goes berserk. I mean, she cries. She's holding the money against this lighter, and she's like...
And Maria's like a 4-year-old. Like, she doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She's like, whoa. What the hell's going on with my uncle and my grandma?
Yeah, and dude, it's just fucking intense. But...
the money accidentally gets burned anyways.
Yeah, but after Shoya being like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I will never fucking do this again. I'm sorry. Because, I mean, I've never... seen somebody being talked out of trying to commit suicide. So I'm pretty sure that's also a big change of mood or feelings. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about it like that. No, yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, so it's like, imagine you already made the decision to kill yourself, but somebody talks you out of it. I bet that's a fucking 180 of fucking feelings.
I think that's a difference in, like, cultural writing styles. Because American writing always feels like it's the shock of seeing on screen somebody kill themselves more than, like, Japanese is more like sometimes not all
resolve.
Almost. Yeah, that's right. It's like a deconstruction of, like, motivation almost. You know what I mean? Which I guess the writing here fits more with the manga light novel that this movie is based off of, as opposed to what I think an American filmographer would, like, go into it, because they want the shot. They don't care about the writing as much. Yeah. So I think that's dope. And so, like, he's not gonna kill himself anymore. He's just gonna go to school.
And like you said, for, like, a little bit of comic relief, like, the money gets accidentally...
Yeah, because, like, she just gets relieved and, like, relaxes her hand over the open flame she was holding the envelope full of money over, and it gets burned up anyways.
Yeah. So, fuck already.
Yeah.
This is 45 minutes into the fucking movie. Yeah. You know, it's an hour and 45 maybe? Yeah. Without credits? Like without close? And...
No, 130 minutes.
130? Okay. So, fuck. Now we know that Shoya knows where Shoko lives and stuff. Yeah. So he's like, fuck. It's like, I tried the easy way out. Now I'm gonna go for the hard way, you know? Which is trying to just apologize to this girl, you know?
Well, before that, we see him go to the school, and we see everyone in his school has X's over their faces, because... He wants to be so non-confrontational. He just looks at the ground, doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't register names. He doesn't register, like, voices. Like, he's just going about his day. You know what I mean? He's depressed. Like, nobody around him registers to him.
Oh, correct. You're right. So, because he's just been shunned and about to kill himself, obviously, like, I really like that trope that they threw in there for, like, avoiding interactions, you know? Or relationships, and they just put an X on top of every character. Yeah. And he's just going through school, is like, and he's in his head, and he hears, like, he thinks he hears people talking about what a dick is. Yeah. You know? It's like that's a fucking kid that fucking made the deaf girl move or whatever. And, like, so he's so much in his head. But then we meet this little character.
Yeah, he well, I can't even remember how they became friends.
Somebody was trying to steal his bike. So he's trying to turn the page after he trying to kill himself. He's like, you know what? I need to be a better person. I need to promise myself to... Not even... I think it was the fact that this kid was getting bullied and almost... and somebody almost stole his bike, that he decided to be like, yo, bro, was like, what are you doing? It's like...
Tomohiro.
Don't take his bike. Yeah, right.
Tomohiro.
And... he's like, you can take mine if you want. And obviously the other guy stole Shoya's bike.
And he just dipped out. Because he's just some... I was going to say thug, but that's how, like, Fox News would use the word thug. You know what I mean? He's more like he's a bully. He's an asshole. He's just hustling people for bikes on the schoolyard. And so that's what sucks, because it's like... So now Shoya has to walk home, and he doesn't have a bike. And that's where he finds, like, a coupon... For bread.
Yeah.
For bread. And he's like, you know what? I want to go see Shoko. Because he hasn't stopped thinking about her since, like, he gave that half-assed apology. And he's just like, you know what? I'm going to go get her some nice bread. And then we're going to go to her school.
He knows that she feeds the fishes.
The koi fish. Like, there's like a bridge by her school, behind her school, and she feeds the koi fish there. Yeah. So he goes to her classroom, and he's got this giant fucking loaf of bread, and then he sees, like, a little boy, like, in, like, not even a uniform, it's just, like, a red hoodie, and he meets Shoya at the door, and he's like, yo, what are you doing? And Shoya's just like, oh, well, I see Shoko over there. Can I go talk to her? And the little boy like looks him dead ass in the face and is just like, no, she's not here.
Oh yeah, because she goes to look her in the JLS class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, he literally sees Shoko's sitting over there. This little boy in a red hoodie is like, nah, bro. It's like she's not here. She's like, what do you want? Like, are you her friend? No. Okay. Boop.
Yep. And well, I think he called himself boyfriend there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so the little boy in the red hoodie is just like, well, I'm her boyfriend, so dip out. And Shoya is a non-confrontational person now, so he's just like, oh, okay, whatever, bye.
Mm-hmm. And he has this loaf of bread.
Yeah, he's just got this big-ass loaf of bread. What did he do with it? Did he feed the koi fish with that?
I think so.
Right?
I think so.
And I can't remember where the film goes from there, but...
Well, he goes back home and Tomo finds him with his bike. Tomo found his bike.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We get our Tomo friendship sequence here.
Correct. And he's like, oh man, so lucky I found you. He's been walking through town, I guess, for a while.
He's just some chubby nerd, bro.
Yeah.
He's just some short chubby nerd.
And he's just like, dude, it's like, you helped me out with that. It's like, you and I are fucking friends. And I don't care if you don't like me or not, because he doesn't want relationships. Like, Shoya doesn't want relationship.
He doesn't want to live his life. He tried to kill himself.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
To him, like, that would be against his goal of
killing himself.
Yeah, to have relationships in the real world. Like,
so this kid is like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Thank you very much for doing that. And I guess he has a small epiphany at this point because the X on Tomo's face falls off the animation.
Yeah, and we finally get to see what he actually looks like. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what the metaphor is there.
Well, it's just accepting that relationship, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, because when I was going to like Buddhist temple over there in Las Vegas, like they teach you that you should be.
You went to a Buddhist temple in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
For what?
Just to fucking do chanting and meditate.
Have we mentioned that you lived in Vegas for a while?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Just to catch everybody up, Aldo used to live in Vegas. Aldo used to bartend, and you were attending a Buddhist temple in Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Like just for chanting and meditating.
Okay, go on.
Anyways, one of the things that you learn through, that I learned in this specific fucking Buddhist temple is that you should know that you have a infinite reservoir of love in your heart or in yourself.
That's beautiful.
That you should only invite nurturing relationships. So I feel that him feeling that this kid went out of his way to get his bike wants him because, or like wants that relationship.
His heart's opening up.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's what it is. It's just allowing yourself to be loved.
Bro, I'm gonna cry just talking about the power of friendship right now.
Yeah, dude.
Holy fuck!
I'm telling you.
Oh fuck. Okay. So yeah. So they hang out. You know what I mean? They go see movies. They go to the mall together. They just kicking it. You know what I mean? Like they're friends now. And but in the back of Shoya's head this whole time, he's still thinking about like Shoko. He's like, I should go see Shoko still. I should go see Shoko still. And then just like some random day, he had to go pick up his niece and Maria from school. Right? His mom was busy or something. Because we haven't even seen the sister or the dad of Maria. But like Maria's usually being watched by her grandmother, who's Shoya's mom. So Shoya goes to the elementary school, picks up Maria. He's walking back. He's a good uncle. Takes her to a playground. They're kicking it, and then Maria like comes like, show. There's somebody in the what's it called? Like the plastic tubing that the kids play in.
The
playground
fucking
part
playgrounds. Yeah, tubes.
Whatever. So
like fucking McDonald's or like early Burger King like fucking tubes.
Yeah, like Chuck E. Cheese COVID infested tubes.
Yeah.
So Shoya pops his head in there and he sees the little boy that was in
that was weird.
So Shoko's boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like
no shoes.
He's dirty. He's like presumed to have been sleeping in this playground. And Sho's this is a nice guy. He's like, well, I'll take you home. Come on, like we'll shower you up. We'll feed you. Like, don't worry. So they go, and Sho's just being nice to him. But this little boy is just being kind of still like an asshole and kind of like talking shit to Shoya. And Sho's like, you know, did you want me to walk you home? Like, where you at? Like, I'm sure Shoko's like worried about you. And he's just like,
oh yeah, that's right.
He's just like, nah.
Because it was presumed that they had a fight and he got kicked out or something.
Yeah.
And even Shoya is like, wait, are they living together? Like, he's like, did they have a fight and he got kicked out or something?
And it's obvious to Shoya that this little boy is younger than him and Shoko. They're like 17 years old right here.
Yeah.
So that would be like...
weird.
Like, it's... Shoko's presumed to be dating like a 13-year-old boy right now. Like, that's what it's...
And so they decide to spend the night, but this little boy leaves in the middle of the night while raining. And he's just walking home with no shoes.
Yeah, in the rain. Did he take the umbrella? No, he didn't even take the umbrella. He's just run. And he's got a camera with him, a really expensive camera.
And Shoya, we see that Shoya pulls up behind him with an umbrella, because I love this shot when it's raining and then the raining stops on top of them because somebody's with an umbrella behind them. Yeah. Like, I really like that shot. And he's like, hey man, it's like no need to fucking walk home like in the rain. I'll walk you.
He brought a pair of shoes for him too.
And like, hey, look, I have these shoes. And I love that it was the shoes that he wore when he was in the bully era in grade school, in middle school.
Yeah.
And yeah, he gives him this shoes. And by the way, I also like the tag. It fucking annoyed me throughout the whole fucking anime.
His t-shirt?
Yeah, his t-shirt tag is always out.
Yeah.
That's just fucking
because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But it's consistent like that. Whenever he's in casual clothing, he's just got like the tag sticking out of his shirt. So Shoya walks Yuzuru like towards his place. But then he gets to a bridge. Everything happens on a bridge here. Everything in this entire anime, every big conversation happens on a bridge.
Well, because that's like Shoka's like comfort spot. Yeah. You know, like she likes to feed the fishes, just like Mike Tyson likes pigeons.
Is it weird that like I thought that was really gross that Mike Tyson is feeding like stray pigeons? Like, that's disgusting. They have like salmonella.
Yeah,
that's really weird. Anyways,
I mean, rich people eat fucking pigeon.
It's disgusting. That is disgusting. Anyways, so we're at the bridge. Yuzuru turns to Shoya and just like, yo, dude, I appreciate all the help, but like, I was lying to you. I'm not really Shoko's boyfriend. I'm not really Shoko's boyfriend. I'm actually her sister. And Karen's like sitting next to me, and I knew that was a girl. Like, and it's for somebody that doesn't watch anime all the time, you might be able to presume that it was a girl because it's a little girl, like it's feminine features, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's kind of odd because, I mean, Japanese people, Asian people, almost like the features are not very different sometimes between a male and a female. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's like they have different aspects of what they find like attractive or masculine. So there's the biggest romance anime of this season is called Horimiya. And the plot of Horimiya is that there's this... It's just a high school boy and a high school girl falling in love. But the dude is like... He's pretty. Like, the characters will call him pretty. You know what I mean? And that's like... That's Japanese attractive. You know what I mean? The dudes are really... Like, long hair.
Like Griffith.
Yeah, like Griffith was really feminine.
Yeah, like Hal.
They're all pretty like women almost. You know what I mean? It's dudes with long hair and like soft features and no scarring on their faces, no facial hair even. They all look like 14-year-old boys almost.
Correct. Yeah. So, yeah, we find out that this little boy, hooded boy, it was just Shoko's younger sister, right?
Yes.
And now it's kind of like we see this shot of Shoya being embarrassed because it's like, oh fuck, she knows everything I did to her sister. You know, and she obviously does, and that's why she kept talking shit. You know?
Yeah.
And but from here, I think the relationship between Shoya and Shoka starts again, right?
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, when they meet, when he realizes they're the sisters.
Yeah. So from there, like, what's her name? Yuzuhu?
Yuzuhu?
Yuzuru. Yuzuru is the little sister. Yuzuru. Okay, yeah. So Yuzuru all of a sudden like Shoya now because she's figured out that he's a nice guy or whatever. So when he stops by with like loaves of bread to give to Shoko to feed the koi, it's like she's okay with it. You know what I mean? So there's this scene where he goes to Shoko's school with the loaf of bread. Yuzuru's there. He blew off Tomo, or he went with Tomo because Tomo's also there. So Shoko and Shoya are on the bridge feeding the koi with the loaf of bread. But then from on the ledge at the actual school, Yuzuru and Tomo are like spying on them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he took care of Shoko's sister. So he for some reason went to the house again, and then Shoko took Shoya to the bridge. Yeah. While Tomo and the sister were spying on him.
Right, but they're signing the whole time too. So Yuzuru is using her camera to like zoom in and like see what they're signing. But then Tomo's in the background just be like, "Hey, tell me what they're saying. What's going on?" And she's just like lying and making up bullshit because she's just like, oh, she's saying they're both signing saying that you're annoying or something.
Yeah, because like, oh, they're saying that you're short and blah blah. Like if they were talking shit just about him.
Yeah. And really, it's just like a nervous relationship. What weirds me out about A Silent Voice is I don't completely understand Shoko's motivations here because like. She is terrified shitless of Shoya for like, beating her up in elementary school, but she goes into this relationship with like open arms, you know what I mean? She's like really open to it from the beginning, and I don't understand how a character could be abused like that, but then all of a sudden, like, she doesn't get the character arc I think she should have, because there's just that missing piece of motivation for me that it doesn't make sense that you would want to date somebody that bullied you like that.
Well, we know that she's taking care of things as well. What do you mean? She is making peace before...
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot.
Oh, I forgot.
So, we know that she's like... So, I believe that at this point, it's like, I hope... He's telling us, like, I hope we can both be friends. And she's like, okay. It's like, see you later. And she does that see you later thing.
It's a peace sign.
Yeah. But
that's a sign for see you later, I guess. It's just like a horizontal piece. And he's just like, oh, okay, whatever. And what I don't even know how we eventually get here, but a friend group starts like forming around this couple, because what we didn't even talk about with the elementary school scene is there was a classmate that volunteered to learn JSL to communicate with Shoko when they were in elementary school.
Yeah, but then when Shoko was getting bullied and needed her help, she just moved schools. She just you know, and that was one of the things that Shoko got bullied for. Is like, oh, you made her like move. This is a girl that made her move away. Blah blah blah. This and that. So Shoya has this thought that like, oh fuck, like I need to stop being an asshole. I need to do good. I need to almost like pay myself to heaven, you know, pay my way to heaven, pretty much. And he's like, I need to find this girl and make them friends again because they really care for each other, you know? So he goes and finds, what's her name again?
Her name is, I just had it. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Her name is
Miyoko. And she goes to a different school than Shoko and Shoya. So
these names are tripping me out.
Yeah. So now it's Tomo and Shoya, like almost like lurking on this girl on Shoya. What was it?
Yeah, because, well, what ends up happening is Shoya sees Shoko again, or it's that same instance where he's like, yo, what do you need? What would you want? Like, are there any, like, friends you would rather have? And Shoko says, like, Miyoko, like that chick that I used to hang out in elementary school. Mm-hmm. So that's where, like, Shoya and Tomo are, they jump a bunch of train stations to go to some girls' academy where Miyoko's going to, and that's where they meet up with her with, I think they were also with Shoko at the time. Mm-hmm. But the drama there is Naoka goes to that same school, and Naoka was the girl that was bullying Shoko with Shoya. So, and she notices them, or she notices Shoko right away.
And throughout the whole fucking movie, the mean girl, what's her name? Naoko. Like, man, she's such a bitch, bro. Like, throughout the whole fucking movie.
Whole ass cunt.
It's like mommy and Rent a Girlfriend, bro. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Leave this kids alone.
Whole ass cunt, bro. Like,
yeah,
like,
man.
she just wants to, like, ruin people's lives.
Like, as like, if you compare the character from, like, Shoya and what's her name again? I'm sorry? Naoko.
It's like Nyan.
Naoko did not learn not to stop being an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, she just kept being an asshole.
Yeah.
And she was almost upset that the Shoka was getting friends back.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And it's like, bro, it's like, fuck off.
Well, I can't remember how it happened, but Shoya got a flyer for her family, from Naoka's family cat cafe on the street corner at one point. So Shoya and Tomo go to her family's cat cafe, and I'm not sure why they did that.
I think he wanted to talk to her into, like, being friends again, but
why her of all people?
I know, because she's such a dick.
I don't understand why they did that, and we
didn't know she was still a dick until they had the first sock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we find out, this girl didn't really learn anything from being a bitch in high school, in grade school.
I think that was part of Shoya coming to terms with how he used to be in elementary school, too. Like, he wanted to talk to her almost and be like, yo, we were really fucked up as kids. Like, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore.
And she's like, I don't feel bad, or something along those lines. It's like, what? It's like, I don't care.
Yeah, because, so, she doesn't greet them at the cat cafe, but there's a morning where Shoya's on his bike and he's gonna go say hi to Shoko. Naoko sees him looking at her, stops him, and is like, yo, what are you looking at? And she's like, oh shit, is that the deaf girl? Let's go fucking pick on her. And she lifts up Shoko's hair like she's gonna rip her hearing aids out, and then she's like, oh, there's only one now. That's strange. But the scene before was, we get like a crying Shoko scene where she goes under her bed and she's sobbing. She is so sad, and her Shoko's grandma's there, and she just feels bad for her. You know what I mean? They don't say exactly what's happening, but if the next scene is her only wearing a single hearing aid, it's like one of her ears got worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then we know that her grandma's not in the greatest health.
She's old.
Yeah.
Old. Like,
and yeah, so the girl, what's the mean girl names again? I'm sorry. Naoko.
It's like, it's a play on words, because like her family owns a cat cafe. The Japanese word for meow is nyan.
Yeah.
So Naoko.
Yeah, Naoko. Okay, Naoko. We see that Shoya is in his bike, and she almost becomes like this intruding character like Juno in Beastars.
Yeah.
And she jumps behind him on his bike like, dude, we haven't talked in years. You literally didn't talk to me because of everything that happened.
You avoided me at your cat cafe. Like, I know you did. Like, I'm not stupid. Like,
and she sees Naoko sees Shoya staring in his bike at Shoko across the street. So she makes the decision of, let's go fuck with the fucking death girl. So he evades his space, gets on top of his bike on the back of it. He's like, let's go fuck with the death girl. And he's like, get off. It's like, get off.
Like, he got stern. Like, he was like, get the fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
and he goes across the street, starts talking to Shoko, and then the Naoko still comes in and fucks with her. Like you said, it's like, oh, she only has one ear.
Yeah.
Like, being a dick about it. And she gets it. It's like, come on, let's go play catch like we used to. Like, such a cunt, dude.
Yeah.
Such a cunt.
And that's where Shoya got kind of, like, aggressive with her. Like, he grabbed her.
Like,
grabbed the hearing aid and was like, quit your shit, bro. And just, like apologizes to Shoko. Like, I'm sorry, here's your hearing aid. Like, my bad. Like, I don't know what the fuck's up with that bitch. Like,
and we see a shot of Naoko just getting even more fucking mad. Like, he's backing her up.
She's got this weird, like, she's like racist towards people with disabilities almost. Like, it makes no sense. Like, somebody just can't have a disability without her taking it personally, and it's super weird.
It almost feels like she has a crush on Shoya, but I don't know. It's just weird. Like her motivation is not clear, but it's just weird.
Super weird. But so the friend group is even bigger than we're describing, because one of the girls she didn't participate in the bullying, but she would laugh at the jokes.
And not do anything.
Not do anything was this girl, Miki. Shoya hadn't talked to her in years because she has the X's over her face. You know what I mean? Like, he's ignoring everybody. But then one day, because he wanted to get Miyoko's contact number for Shoko so that they could meet back up together and be friends, Shoya is in Miki's class again, and he goes up to her, and he's like, yo, like, why can you give me Miyoko's contact number? And that's where we get Miki, but also her friend Toshi. So now that's like 5 people in this friend group. You know what I mean? And so they're all hanging out. So it's Tomo, Shoya, Yuzuru, Naoka, Miki, Miyoko, and Toshi.
They go to the carnival?
Yeah, they go to a carnival just to hang out. But before that, there's a scene where Shoko's in a really good mood. She puts her hair up. It's usually down. She puts it in not a bun, but a ponytail. She puts it in a ponytail, and even Yuzuru's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Why are you up early? What's this good mood about? And because Shoko's going to meet up with Shoya, and she got him like a gift. It's like a garden toppers, like plant toppers. Like, they're just like little cute little anime animals that you stick in like your pot, right?
Haru would have loved them.
Yeah. So they go, and again, it's another scene on a bridge. It's after school, and Shoko has her hearing aids in, and she's trying to use her real voice, her actual voice. But it's not strong. Her syllables aren't correct because she can't hear the nuances of voice because she's deaf. Obviously. So, and like, she's super happy, and she's like excited to see him, and she keeps trying to say like, I love you. And it's fucked up because she's trying so hard. Like, she's trying to like raise her voice. She's just trying to be like, I love you, Shoya. And he's so polite, and it's clear he loves her. You know what I mean? So he's just like, what? Like, what are you talking about? The moon? And it's like, it's one of those before evening scenarios where like the crescent moon is still out, but the sun's still up.
Yeah, and it's crazy because what I was telling you earlier, like the fact that you have to let yourself be loved is like Shoya heard it, but it almost felt like he's like, she couldn't have said that. I was such a dick to her.
Yeah.
That he was like, the moon? Like he really didn't believe that Shoko can love him. Yeah. Because how he was with her, that he was like, what? The moon? And Shoko just fucking gets super sad. Like, she was confident about her earpieces, so she put her hair in a ponytail that day. Oh yeah, she was so happy, and she goes with this boy that she had a crush on in middle school and was a dick to her, and now is trying to do better, and she feels very happy and tells her that she loves him, and nothing happened.
So she goes back home, and Yuzuru's there, and Yuzuru's whole world is Shoko. You know what I mean? Like, Yuzuru, as the younger sister, will beat the fuck out of anybody if they fuck with Shoko.
Oh, and we know that Shoko likes to take pictures of dead things, which is kind of weird, but it kind of like, you know, unrolls.
You don't even realize it till the end, like why it matters. But anyways, so Shoko's like crying, sobbing. She gets home, like the boy she tried confessing her love to didn't acknowledge it, and so she's on her phone and explains to Yuzu, like, yo, he didn't hear me because I tried confessing my love. Sad. Super sad.
Super sad.
So they go to this carnival scene you were talking about. It's the whole squad I talked about. It's Miki, Miyoko, Tomo. For some reason, Naoko's there. I don't know why they would want to hang out with Naoko, because she's never been nice to Shoko at all. It makes zero sense. And so they go to this carnival. They have a great time. There's a monologue in Shoya's head where he's just like, yo, I've never been happy like this before. Like, I can't remember the last time I was happy. I let myself just like enjoy life.
And we see this shot of Naoko taking Shoya to a stand where we know there's another old friend that worked there. Kazuki. And they just look at each other and are like, you were a dick to me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shoki? Or what was it? Kazuki, after the whole, argument in middle school about who was the real, bully, he continued to bully Shoya, throughout the years. A
big reason Shoya hasn't had any friends is because Kazuki was always there being like, yo, he went to my elementary school. You don't want to hang out with him. He was beating up on the deaf girl. Mm-hmm. But, so, Shoya doesn't want to be his friend, you know what I mean? And again, Naoko takes this, her motivation.
I just wanted to be before the deaf girl. What is she doing here with us? Blah blah blah, and it just gets fucking cunty.
Yeah, her motivation makes 0 sense. So then, the very next scene is Naoko just grabs Shoko and is just like, let's go on the Ferris wheel together. Just me and you. Let's go. And you see Yuzuru being like, yo, I'm gonna go ride another ride with Shoya. Can you hold my camera? Because she's got this big, expensive Kodak on her the whole time. So she goes, they ride the rides, and then cutscene the next day is Yuzuru asks Shoya to help her with homework or something.
Well, we know that after that interrogation with the other friend at the food stand, that Naoko takes Shoko into the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
And is like, come on, all fake, come on, girl, let's go ride the Ferris wheel. And the sister, what's her name?
Yuzuru.
Yuzuru gives the camera to Shoko and is like, hey, give me a snapshot of the top. I don't really want to ride it. I don't really want to wait in line or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then continue on.
Yeah, so then she's at Shoya's place. He's doing homework. But then Yuzuru's like, yo, I got to show you something. So she brings up a secret video that she was taking on her camera, and it's Naoko just berating the shit out of Shoko, just like, yo, nobody fucking likes you.
I don't know who you think you are.
Stop trying to act normal. Stop trying to act like you deserve friends.
Get rid of that stupid ponytail.
And she slaps her at one point too.
Yeah, he starts smacking the shit out of her, and she's just crying.
Mm-hmm. And she's apologizing, Shoko in her deaf voice is like, I'm sorry.
And that's the one thing that Naoko says. It's like, you always with a stupid notebook and trying to apologize every time we're mean to you. Why would you apologize? Stop it. And she says sorry one more time, and she just starts smacking her around. Yeah. And it's just fucked, man. Fuck. I just hope my kid is not a dick, because he will be in a world of pain.
You need to beat your kid if you find out he's an asshole.
I will trash the shit out of him, bro.
That's mean. I don't know why we're talking about things like that. Yeah.
Now you know, bro. You can't listen to this.
Anyways.
20 years from now.
So, what ends up happening? I think Shoya goes and confronts Naoko, right?
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is your problem, bro?
Yeah, and she's like, what do you mean?
I just want everything to go back to what it was.
Yeah, so he tells her off.
And they meet at the bridge again.
Yeah, they meet at the bridge. And it's all of them there. And Shoya's in a mood, you know what I mean? He's being a dick to everybody. He's being mean to Tomo. He was at school and he left his backpack there or something.
It's because his motivation at that time, I mean, he was trying to make things better, right? But then in this little altercation at the bridge, he finds out that nobody has really changed and everybody's being a dick still. And he's like, fuck you. You laughed at all the jokes and you never did anything.
Yeah, he's like, fuck Miki, fuck Tomo, you don't even fucking know me, bro. We've been friends for a month, I need you to chill out.
And was that girl that tried to learn JLS?
Miyoko,
he was like, Miyoko, at the first sight of her needing you, you get the fuck out of school. It's like, you never did anything, nobody did anything, and I know I'm a piece of shit, but every single one of you is a piece of shit, and Shoko is not listening to this, but she's looking at all this altercation.
She reads lips.
Yeah.
Yeah, she reads lips. So she has a sense of what's going on, and she's just like, I don't know. It's really sad because it's the breakup of the friend group almost. You know
Again.
What I mean? Yeah, and Tomo's there. He hands Shoya his backpack. He's just like, I know you don't mean it, dog, but that was mean. That was fucked up. I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. It's I know you don't. I know you didn't mean it, but I'll see you tomorrow. I don't want to talk to you today.
Yeah, I can't talk to you right now.
Yeah.
And it's It's sad. It's just so, like, all Shoko ever wanted was friends. She got this big friend group, and it was broken up by, like, the guy she's in love with. So it's, like, just conflictions and... It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
And then we go to the fucking, like, night festival, the firework festival.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Before that, so Shoya is getting close to Shoko's family... Because we didn't talk about it. Before the bridge scene where the friend group breaks up, Shoya gets invited to bake Shoko and Yuzuru's mom a cake, right? Because it's her birthday. So like he's invited to family holidays and get-togethers now because that's Shoko's boyfriend basically, and he's just ashamed. Like he's like, I shouldn't be here. Everything I did to this girl in elementary school, and the minute like the Nishimiya mom like shows up and it's just like, why the fuck is that boy in my kitchen? I'm about to beat the shit out of him. And the girls are like, whoa, we invited him, chill out, like he's cool now, like and it's weird for him, it's awkward,
but there's still that fucking thick tension like in the room.
But like the mom isn't even like there a lot, you know what I mean? It's clear that the grandma is like the more nurturing adult in the household and is there a lot more of the time, because they don't explain it, but either like the mom works a lot or she's just like emotionally detached to the family and like maybe depressed. And
the grandma dies, right?
Yeah, so grandma dies, and I just explained like she means a lot to the Nishimiya family. That's the matriarch, you know what I mean? That's grandma. Like the family's these 4 women. The
name we're carrying is because of her.
Yeah, holy fuck, dude! Like, and it's fucked up. I think Shoya goes, right?
Yeah,
Shoya goes, and Shoko's just like sad, like
big sad.
Big sad.
This is where the big sad comes in strong with a right hook, a shot to the kidney, lower belt, dude. It's crazy, dog.
It's. Fuck. I don't even think there's like a resolution there. It's just like there's just a funeral in the middle of the movie. Like there's nothing to be learned there.
Yeah.
So, but like we know Shoko's a sad sack, anyways, right?
Yeah.
So we can finally talk about the fireworks festival. So Shoya has been to like mom's birthday, grandma's funeral. Like he's cool with the family now, and so he gets invited to this traditional Japanese fireworks festival. The Nishimiya women wear kimonos. It's one of those. You know what I mean? So they're watching the fireworks. They get a blanket out. Shoyu's chilling, and Shoko's like, "Yo, I gotta go get something at the house. I forgot."
And they're having a great day. They're eating snacks. They're playing games, and we get to the fireworks, and the mom for some reason leaves. The sister for some reason leaves. So it's just Shoko. Both our shows sitting down enjoying the fireworks, and we see like this relief, I guess, in Shoko's like expression.
Yeah.
That she then turns to Shoya and is like, hey, I forgot, like she does sign language. I can't I don't know.
Yeah, but she's signing like, yo, I forgot something at home. I'm gonna dip out. Like, I'll be right back.
And then, do you want me to go with you? No, I got it. Blah blah. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So and so like Yuzuru and the mom come back, and Yuzuru's like, Shoya, I forgot my camera at the house. Can you go get it? Because Yuzuru's smart. You know what I mean? Yuzuru is like, yo, something's fucking up with Shoko. Like,
she knows what's wrong with her sister because that's her sister.
Yeah, like that's like her best friend, bro. Yeah. So like, without saying go check on Shoko, she's like, yo, go to the house and go check on Shoko. So Shoya shows up, finds the camera, he's like, oh, camera. And then on the ledge outside the apartment, he sees Shoko like
climbing over.
Yeah, climbing over the ledge. And he's like, oh fuck. He's like, oh, is that Shoko? That's weird. And then it settles. You know what I mean? It's like, oh fuck, that's Shoko like gonna jump off the ledge of the apartment. And so he's running. It's raining outside, and he's like, oh fuck. Or was it raining or was it windy?
No, it wasn't raining or anything. It was just windy, and
well, the rush of emotion feels like
obviously
should be
weathered. And he's trying to use his words, but this is it's like, yo, it's like, don't do it.
But he's choking up, like he can't speak, and he's just like, and she's deaf, and he's just like, oh fuck. So he goes, cut scene. She's hanging off the ledge. He's like one arm like holding on to her. He's like, oh fuck, like, oh no, like, come on, we're gonna get up. And he's just like, why would you do this?
And we see this fucking shot of fucking Shoko hanging of his arm, and he sees the expression of how sad he will be if she would die.
Yeah.
And she decides to start climbing up.
Yeah.
And as she starts climbing up and gets over the edge,
he falls.
Shoya fucking slips and cutscene.
He falls into the river that was below the apartment complex. So and there's blood in the river. So like the next scene is like it's beautifully animated. Yeah. If anything, gorgeous water animation coming out of Kyoto Animation. Like he falls. There's bubbles. There's water, fluid, 2D water animations. But then there's like blood coming up. And the next scene is like he's in a hospital. Well, we're not even following him right now because he's in a hospital. He's in a coma. I think the next scene.
The next scene is when
mom.
Yeah, and the sister explaining the pictures. It's like I wanted to show her how death looked like.
Yeah,
so she wouldn't do it
because like Shoko broke like her arm, and yeah, so they're back in Yuzudu and the mom are back in the apartment, and she's just like
she's crying. She's taking down the pictures. Because she had them posted, like, in the walls of, like, little dead animals. She's like, I try to show her how ugly it was.
For death, how ugly death is. And I thought she'd get the picture and she wouldn't try this.
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do anything.
Because the mom has, like, come to terms that her daughter's a weird picture nerd and just puts weird pictures everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. So when both Shoko and Shoya are in the hospital, Yuzudu taking them down, the mom's like, yo, don't do that. That's like your thing. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? And that's where we get that scene you're talking about. And it's just like, Yuzudu's a child. Like, the rest of these characters are basically adults. They're 17, 18 years old. You know what I mean? Like, and this, like, middle school age girl being like, yo, I just wanted to help my sister and just help her see and not be depressed is like...
And I know a lot of people have gone through this, that when either your partner or a friend gets depressed and you're trying to be their happiness, but at some point it gets so overwhelming that you can no longer be that. You know?
I agree.
And for an 8-year-old to go through this and try to keep her sister.
I think Yuzudu's older than 8.
Well, but a little girl, you know what I'm saying? Like a little child.
She's 14.
14. It's still
14. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, you know? I was just Googling the 8. But yeah, and it's so fucked. So then, like, after we get that big explanation, the next scene is Shoya's mom in the hospital coming down from the escalator. Yuzudu's there and meets up with her, and it's just like, yo, how's Sho? Is he alright? Like, how's my dog? And she's just like, he's in good health, but like he's in a coma. You know what I mean? Like he's fucked up. I don't know what to tell you about that one.
Oh, because Naoko is there all the time.
Yeah, Naoko's always at his bedside, but like he's barely talked to Naoko. So again, like the Naoko character, like is my only issue with this movie. Like Naoko should just.
The only reason for me that Naoko was there, it was not to let fucking Shoko in.
Yeah,
you know,
for what?
Shoko tried to visit him multiple times. And she stood out in the hospital whether it was raining.
Well, it gets worse, remember? So then, like, after that, downstairs at the hospital, outside, Naoko's beating up Shoko. Shoko's got a cast in her arm because her arm broke after Shoya, like, grabbed her from falling off the balcony, so she's got a broken right arm. So not only is she deaf, she's got this giant fucking cast on, and Naoko's just, like, pushing her up against the fence and just, like, beating the fuck out of her. And it's like... oh my god, like for what? Like, it's so fucked up. And then, the Nishimiya mom, like, Shoko's mom shows up and is like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And then Naoko and, Miss Nishimiya are beating the shit out of each other. And it's just, and the whole time, Shoko's in the background just like, guys, stop fighting. And it's not until Shoya's mom, I don't even know why Shoya's mom broke up the fight.
Well, because I think that Shoko's mom realized who the fuck the really evil one was.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is Naoko. And then Shoya's mom comes in and breaks up the fight, and the fucking Naoko fucks off. You know? And now Shoko's mom kneels all the way to the floor, and she's like, I'm sorry. Like, apologizing for what his son also went through.
Yeah, and, like, at this point, Shoko's, like, so grateful to Shoya. She's like, please get up. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
She's like, just like, bro, like, if anything, I should
like, what? She's even like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's like, I should be apologizing to you. Please get the fuck up. Like, I can't. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. And, I mean, he's still in a coma.
My heart doesn't feel good.
No, man. Shoya's still in a coma.
Yeah. But he gets out of it. Mm-hmm. Our boy pulls through.
At the same time, Shoko is at her bridge.
Yeah, and his first reaction, like, he's in the hospital gown, all that shit, and, like, he just unplugs all the wires. He's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, the first thing on his mind is, like, the last thing I remember is Shoko's gonna fall off. I'm gonna go find Shoko. Yeah. And he's like, the only place I can immediately think she's gonna be is gonna be on her bridge with the koi. So she just runs. Hospital gown, all of it. Doesn't have shoes, nothing. And just runs to the bridge. And he gets there, and it's the most, like, beautiful fucking scene, because we finally get, like, our real confession of love right here at their bridge over the koi fish. And it's him being like, you know what? Fuck it. I love you. I love you so much. Like, you mean the world to me. Please don't kill yourself. Like, I'd be so distraught. Like, if you did that, like, I can't go on without you right now, Shoko. Like... And it's just like,
and not only a declaration of love, but it's almost like the end of Beastars when we see Legoshi finally be happy, but it wasn't really mentioned or in Beastars. But here in A Silent Voice, not only the declaration of love, like, but this epiphany of him finally letting himself be loved.
Yeah.
And welcome, like, nurturing relationships. And he just has a breakdown of how happy he is.
Yeah.
And he just cries because now, not only did he declare his love to this girl that also loves him, he's ready to live his life.
Yeah. You can't love somebody else till you love yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, he's finally at the point that he's telling her that, and that he's kind of realizing that himself. Like, he's like, yo, like, I need you to give yourself self-worth, because, like, you mean so much to me. If I need you to, like, reciprocate that so that you don't off yourself and hurt me.
Yeah.
And it could be a title sequence right there. That's what I was going to say. Like, you're right. It feels like the end of Beastars. Like, that could be like, oh, credits roll right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But we still get, like, another, like, 10 minutes of movie, because it's a Japanese anime about high school, so we have to have a cultural festival scene. Mm-hmm. So the culture festival happens. Shoya hasn't been in school because he had a concussion, mm-hmm. and he was in a coma. And so he shows up with his girlfriend now. He shows up with Shoko. He shows up with his friends. Yuzuru might have been there. And he goes to his classroom. Tomo's there, and Tomo's like, holy fuck, you're awake? Oh my god, dude, I missed you. Yeah, Tomo cries. And Tomo's like, my dog is alive? Like, my boy, you're here. Like, holy fuck, like, don't do that. Like, I was so scared for you.
And I guess within, like, some of the coma scenes, or we're in Shoya's head when he was in a coma, and he was like, I promise if Shoko is okay, I promise to pick up my shin. I promise to look people in the eye.
I'm going to lift up my head. I'm going to look people in the eye. I'm no longer going to register these X's. I'm going to see people for who they are. And I'm going to, like, participate in, like, life. I'm going to, like, appreciate all this. And so, like, he holds, like, that true to himself, because she's alive. He's alive. They're together. They have their friends again. All that, and
then all the X's just, like, fall.
Yeah, the final scene is him in the courtyard of the school around all the culture festival stands, and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like, I gotta be real with myself. I told myself I was gonna do it. He just lifts his head, and just all the X's fall. And it's fucking Japan in the spring, so there's flower petals everywhere. There's cherry blossom petals everywhere. So there's pink petals everywhere. It's beautiful. The light turns up. Like, they've been using... The color palette's been a lot of, like, strong bolding and lines, and, like, not, like, a lot of, like, dark scenes, but it's not vibrant. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden the light tone just turns up. You know what I mean? So it's just cherry blossoms and X's falling off people's
sky
faces.
And blue sky.
And he just starts sobbing, like, just he uncontrollably, like, he
feels alive.
It's like what you were talking about in the beginning. Like, he has opened up his heart finally. Like, he's just open to the world. Like, he's got all this love to give. Buddhist philosophy stuff apparently, and he's willing to give the world this love, and it's gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. Like, he got everything nothing he felt like he deserved.
Yeah.
He felt like he deserved none of this. The girl, the friends, the loving family, all of it. Mm-hmm. He never thought he would ever be a part of that, and now it's just
done. Resolved.
10 out of 10 movie, bro. Like,
it's good, guys. It made us feel stuff.
It made us feel stuff. It's a lot.
And we know that the power of friendship won this matchup against the Big Sad.
Yeah, you know? Man. It was...
And not all the time the Big Sad... Not only time the power of friendship wins, but this time it did.
Shout out to Kyoto Animation, bro. Like,
yeah.
If you ever needed, like, proof that the Oscars are a sham because they don't consider enough foreign... Not even foreign films in general, but, like, foreign animation even. Mm-hmm. Like, this is it, bro. Like, there's, like, 5 movies... ever that I'm like, this is like the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, why is this not have awards that we can just throw at it?
And in the spirit of February being, you know, Valentine's month and all, and also Black History Month, so shout out to Black History Month as well. But I mean, how more loving can you get from, you know, this movie of this kid realizing his you know, unlimited potential of loving and you know, him to be loved. So
yeah, man,
great fucking movie, man.
Great, excellent fucking movie. I love Kyoto Animation. I love K-On! I love the original Digimon. I was looking into the directors of the anime a little bit. It's the director is Miss Naoka Yamada. She made a silent voice in K-On! She directed K-On! Mm-hmm. And K-On's a lot of this, like, love yourself and find your own self-worth kind of stuff.
Correct.
So it seems like Kyoto Animation has a theme. They stick with it. You had forgotten about it until I brought it up, like, before we started recording, but Kyoto Animation was victim of a fairly serious arson attack in 2019. Mm-hmm. An ex-employee bombed the Kyoto Animation building. Yeah. And like, people died. Mm-hmm. People were hospitalized. Like, limbs were lost.
And like, all production was stopped. And
Kyoto Animation, like, basically almost closes doors. Like, they're sort of like in the talks of like doing things again. I think they're doing some side project or like co-directing and co-producing some stuff. But like, bro, like, they lost everything.
Yeah, I don't know what the motivation for that was, but yeah, it's horrible. And but guys. A silent voice. If you guys want to get in your feels, if you guys need to feel something and feel like you guys haven't felt anything in a while, watch that movie. It's good. It's always great to remind yourself that you can feel sadness, you know?
Yeah.
But
I'd suggest it to anybody, like, and this is like one of those, like, so when we were talking about Beastars, I was saying, like, you can't, like, Beastars is a 10 out of 10, but you can't recommend it to everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, you wouldn't give it to, like, a entry-level anime viewer and be like, no, Beastars is where it's at. Mm-hmm. They'll be turned off. They'll be like, no, you're fucking weird.
Like, I don't want to cry every time.
This is one of those that, every person, even loosely interested in anime, like, should watch. Like, if you were... When we last night we were loosely talking about starting but doing an episode that's just, like, almost like a recap, or like a season finale, or like an entry-level discussion into our past discussions on what people should be watching.
Mm-hmm. And no, fuck it, like, let's put it in stone. I mean, it's episode 30. Now that we have a structured 30 episodes, I feel like we can go into, like, best couples, best waifu, best antagonist, best whatever, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I feel that it is the right moment to come into a closure for the season.
Yeah.
Have episode 31st be a talk that we don't discuss any new anime, and we go back into our past animes. You know, into our past episodes, I mean.
But we're doing Rent a Girlfriend next week.
Oh, shit, that's right. Huh.
I would say...
I think that might have to be worked, like, during off schedule, then.
I think we can still consider episode 31 the beginning of season 2. But what... I don't know.
So make a 30.5 as the season finale?
Yeah, we could do like a 30.5 and be like... And it doesn't even got to be... We wouldn't do a nerd down. Mm. It would just be like a quick, like, going over the past 30 episodes, the past 6 months of recording, and just being like, all right, these are our overall thoughts. These are, like, entry-level things. These are our favorite characters. Best waifu. I don't know. Best husbando, if you want to go that far. Husbando. And then... we can tie it up in the middle of the week with, like, a side discussion, I think.
Yeah, and should we do some polls and be like, come up with, like, a list of characters for whatever segment and put a poll and see what the people think?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll discuss that. As it might not be recorded till like maybe the end of next month, but it's gonna be 30.5 as the season finale.
So it would be like, if it's the week that we're recording episode 34, we're still gonna label it episode 30.5
to make it end season. You know?
So no matter what, season 2, like on whatever listening platform, on RSS, we're going to list it as season 2.
And then 30 episodes from now, in episode 61, we might do 60.5 for the next season finale.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You know?
I think that caps off our discussion on A Silent Voice.
Nerd down?
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down. This is the Nerd down, where the nerds biddy down. So then... I don't know. Okay. You know what I was just thinking about with taking a piss?
What?
We had more crying for the Your Lie in April episode than we did for A Silent Voice.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's sad. Don't get me wrong. It hits me two different ways, man. Because Your Lie in April, it's about... I don't know. It's just different. It hits me different.
They're all they're both kind of about, like, loving yourself.
But I just think the main difference is the bullying in the beginning. Like that doesn't feel good. It feels gross. Yeah. Like it feels weird.
It's not right.
And you don't see that in Your Lie in April.
It's not right.
And I think that's the main difference between. And so did you get to watch WandaVision?
I did watch WandaVision. I'm caught up. I think I was thinking about... So, episode 5 of this was this week, and then after the episode, my immediate thought was like, how many episodes are left? It feels like it could end, like, next week. And we still get, like, 4 more episodes, because it's 9 episodes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's just like, revelation on revelation on revelation at this point. Because the first, like... Honestly, I think the first 3 episodes are really boring. Because nothing happens. You know what I mean? Like, we know...
It's the setup to the setup.
Yeah, we know by episode 4, then you're finally going to start explaining things. But the first 3 episodes, nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. And by the end of episode 5, it's just like... We start getting real explanations. So, like, we know Wanda broke into S.W.O.R.D. to get Vision's corpse. And so... But I like... the dialogue in this episode of WandaVision, because the characters are trying to decide amongst each other, like, how strong she really is. They're having a fan-based discussion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, she's creating her own mini-universe, and she's controlling people's minds all at once. And it's just like, but, like, how is she that strong? Oh, she touched the Mind Stone?
Well, it's because...
In the show, they describe...
So, comic book and MCU-wise, Scarlet Witch is level 5.
A mutant.
Yeah, it's a mutant.
Right, they haven't described her as a mutant in the MCU yet.
Because they haven't really got into, like, what her magic is. So, her magic is chaos magic, reality-bending magic. So, she is pretty much the reality stone, just like Captain Marvel is the Power Stone, or no, the Space Stone, I think.
The blue one.
Yeah, the blue one, Space Stone.
The power... Yeah. No, that was the power one.
No, the purple was the power one.
Oh, whatever the blue one was, that was the one, like, Captain Marvel has the power stone.
Yeah, so she is like that.
But yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because, like, in this episode, they're trying to be like, oh, well, when she was a kid, her powers were activated because she was dealing with that one Infinity Stone. And that's where you get that cool, like, piece of dialogue from... What is... Officer Chan? What is his name?
Oh, Cho.
Fuck.
Cho, yeah.
Yeah, so. Officer Cho, and he's like, oh, well, Captain Marvel almost beat Thanos. And she's all like, well, doesn't she also get her powers from an Infinity Stone then? And that's like cool, like, lore building right there. That's, like, really dope. Like, you are bringing up nuances in singular scenes from probably the best MCU movie and having characters discuss it for 5 minutes.
I just love how every nerd and stuff like that, and shout out to Rockstars. I mean, I watch a lot of Rockstars, but like a lot of nerds thought of this intricate way the Marvel Universe was going to introduce like X-Men, and then just at the end of this mid-season episode, they just show fucking recasted Quicksilver.
Yeah, that was weird.
Who is already a mutant.
Hold on. I fucking hate nerds because that shit pissed me the fuck off Friday. It's like 3 o'clock on a Friday. I got a fucking job. I haven't watched the episode. And I get on Twitter for all of 5 seconds to like distract myself from work for all of 5 seconds. And it's just somebody being like,
Mandalorian season finale all over again.
Yeah, why do these fucking nerds want to spoil things? And what makes it worse is Twitter suggestions. Because like I had to like block. I kept getting the entertainment franchises like topic on Twitter. I had to block that from my Twitter timeline because I kept getting fucking spoilers. Twitter wanted me
to be spoiled,
and I don't get why.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. I liked it. I think it's going in the right direction. It's Super Bowl fucking weekend. We're gonna watch the Super Bowl right now.
In an hour. Oh fuck, it's 3:40.
Yeah. Should we cut it down?
Yeah, we can tie it up. Just last few plugs, just email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. Send us messages on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at Between Nerds. Please use hashtag Immigrant Nerds to be entered into our February giveaway. For every like or retweet on a post or tweet that uses hashtag Immigrant Nerds, we will be given to Las Americas Immigrant Advocacy Center. Please use...
Where can I share the link?
To the GoFundMe for VNA's uncle.
Copy Sosa.
Yeah.
And right now going through chemo for pancreatic cancer. So, hopefully everything turns well. So
yeah. And I'm sorry that like for the first time we're recording, our Nerd Down isn't longer, but we gotta go downstairs and watch this American
start
holiday.
Cooking.
Yeah. So this has been Between Nerds.